Welcome to the Mortgage Minute podcast, where we talk about how to buy a house and save money at the same time. Follow us on Instagram at the Mortgage Minute, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please email us at info.mortgageminute@gmail.com, and we will feature you in the next episode. Welcome back, folks, to another episode of the Mortgage Minute. And today, what a great pleasure it brings me to have Mr. Brian Hix, President and CEO of McKenny Glenn Homes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's good to be here.
And also, just for the audience out there, we're actually recording this at the showroom for McKenny Glenn Homes over at their model home in Edinburgh at 1000 North Buxton in Edinburgh in the Atwood subdivision. So anyway, let's get started with our guest today, Brian. Tell us a little bit about McKenny Glenn Homes. How did that get started?
McKenna, how did it get started? How much time we got?
Plenty. We got plenty of
We
battery.
got plenty of
Don't
time.
worry.
All right. So, gosh, man, how far back do I go?
Well, just from the start, when you weren't a Texan yet.
Oh, that's way back. Okay, so I got to go back to then 2001.
There you go.
I'll graze it over. 2001 is whenever I first got involved into the home building industry. Right, I started working for Ryland Homes as a assistant forward planner.
Oh,
Doing raw land development down in Southern California, right? And so before then, it was another life. I was stock and commodity trader, bond trader. I've been doing that for, gosh, I want to say about 5 years. Did well, but it literally consumed my life. And it was turning me into an alcoholic is what I was doing. And so I decided I needed a career change. Anyway, the girl I was dating at the time, her father-in-law, her stepdad was the director of forward planning for Ryland. And he needed an assistant. And I was good with numbers. And so he calls me up one day and he says, "Hey, man, I need an assistant. Are you interested?" And at that time, I was getting burnt out, working 18-hour days. And so met with him, decided to totally change out careers. And that was 2001. I was 24, 25. And so then I got started and didn't know anything. I had no idea even what a building permit was. I had no idea that, raw land was developed into finished lots and homes were built on them. And that
you somehow thought homes just appear magically.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, some people put up a home and we live it, right? And so I had no clue, no idea anything about the industry. Green, I was green, like baby poop green, right? And so I got started there, started learning the ropes. He took me under his wings and basically taught me everything he knew. And within about, I don't know, maybe 6 months or a year or so, I was managing pretty much most of the entitlement for new development that Ryland was doing in Southern California. And from there, just, went from there. Became a forward planner rather than an assistant, my own forward planner. The director of forward planner, his name was Mike Jagels. He went over to a company called Taylor Woodrow Homes. I followed him over there, still chewing up a lot of dirt in Southern California, Los Angeles County, San Diego County, Orange County, Riverside County. I mean, we were cutting it all over.
So your primary job was to look for raw land and turn it into lots?
No, the raw land was being purchased by the purchasing department. It was my department to actually get it entitled and start development. Right. And so I'm the one that went before city council and pitched the idea to city council.
And so now we're going to put 100 lots right.
Exactly. As a city council, mayor, thank you for your time, blah, blah, blah. Here we have this community. It's 230 lots located in the heart of Riverside, stuff like that. And we're going to do this, and this is the great thing it's going to do to the community. It's going to bring in so many jobs, blah, 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 blah.
So that you were selling.
That was
a sales job, really.
That was a sales pitch, dude, to the bone. And so, and I had, on top of that, it was all the due diligence on the project, letting the purchasers know here's how many lots we're going to be able to get at, coordinating engineering teams and everything, just make sure that this was a viable project, finding out what the cost was, what's the relative cost for construction, cost per lot, a whole package. And then after it was approved, get out there and do it, right? And so it was a full-time job. Definitely kept me busy.
So how long did you do that for?
It was quite a few years. And then I met my wife in Reno, Nevada. Her name's Melissa. And so, and that was in 2004, right? And so met my wife there, fell in love with her first sight on just first eyes. I was gone, right? And saw her, and that was it. And still can't get her out of my system. And so, so I moved up to Reno. This was Southern California. Moved to Reno and became the forward planner, project manager for all of their land development in all of northern Nevada.
And what company was this for?
That was for Lennar.
Off Lennar.
And then what they did was they brought me on for one to be the PM for their land development, but then also I was the lead, kind of you can call it investigator, you can call it, for another home builder that they were looking at purchasing called Barker Coleman.
Oh.
And they told me find out what it is that they're doing, get cost analysis and values for everything that they've got going for land development, what they're currently building, all of that. So I had to put a value on that, coordinate with the land and acquisition guys. This is what I think it's valued at, and go from there. So
and
anyway,
this is all single family.
it's all single family stuff, all land development, all raw dirt, all homes, the whole package, right? So anyway, we ended up closing on that deal. Well, let me back up. I moved to northern Nevada in I'm going to say it was November of 2004, and started with Lennar at that point. Ended up marrying my wife in September of 2006. And during that time, we're just blowing and going. It was in the heyday, if anybody remembers back that far. I mean, it was right before the onset of the credit crisis. Homes were flying off the shelves. We couldn't keep enough lots in front of us. And at the time, we were managing close to 50,000 finished lots, either in the entitlement phase, in the production phase, or already on the ground. And it was over half of the total finished lots that were available in the entire northern Nevada area. Wow. Crazy amounts of dirt.
So then we fast forward to 2008.
Well, fast forward to 2008, everything collapsed. They shut down my division, and they actually asked me to help them wind it all down, right? And so did that. That was out of a job, right? And so the division president of the land division there for Lennar, a gentleman by the name of David Seiler, ended up coming down to San Antonio working for a company called Sitterly Homes, who was doing
in
homes they were building homes in Edinburgh, in La Cienega, right? So he calls me up one day, and it was May of 2010. Yes, May of 2010. And he says, Brian, you're never going to guess what finished lots are going for down here. I said, how much? He said, 15,000. I said, well, 50 grand. I mean, that's pretty standard. He said, no, not 50. 15. I said, wait, hold on. Finished lots, 15,000. You've got to be kidding me. He said, no. And because they're all bank-owned lots, because a bunch of people went out of business from the crisis, right? And so everything is just literally bank-owned, and they're doing everything they can to be able to get it off their books. I was like, no kidding. And he said, yeah, and what they'll do is that they will loan you the money to build the home if you build on their lot. And I said, no kidding. He said, yeah. I said, I'm on a flight. And so flew over here. First time ever I had even heard of the city of McAllen.
You had never even been to Texas?
Never been. I had driven through Texas once, but but never actually stopped, right?
In Texas,
certainly never been down to McAllen.
San Antonio or Houston.
No
or
clue.
Nowhere.
Right?
No,
and I had to find it on a map. I'm like, where's McAllen anyway, right? And so flew down here, met with Dave, met with the bank. At the time, the bank was called INB, if you remember them, International Bank, right?
Yep, I remember
got to go back a few years. And so they're the ones that own the lot. It was in this little community called Chapin Crossing, or Chapin Corners, on the corner of Chapin and Jackson, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how we got started. And so that was in May. Put the plan together. We had some floor plans that we wanted to do. So we put that together, put the budget together, put the whole thing together, put the package together, sent it to INB. They approved it. That's how we got started, just like that. And so we took 3 lots down, and we broke ground in September of 2010 for our first 3 lots. Finished those in the beginning of 2011. And I just myself, because my daughter was born on September 22nd, right? Excuse me, August 22nd of 2010. and I literally signed the formation docs for McKenny Glenn Homes in the waiting room the day my daughter was born.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, and I've been married since 2006, right? So we married 4 years. It's our first baby girl, August 22nd. Here we are. And so every time my daughter has a birthday, it's also McKenny Glenn's birthday, right? And so it's really cool. And so, and I just like, how old is McKenny Glenn? Well, let's see, Madison's 13. So we're 13 years old.
So in essence, you're coming up on 14 years this
14 years this year, August 22nd.
So you've been a
14 years.
home builder for 14 years.
That's right, sir.
How does that feel?
Well, it feels great. I think we've done a lot. What does the Bible say? Don't despise small beginnings, right?
Sure.
And so, 3 lots is pretty small. And so, but we sold those, sold some more, built those, built some more. And then next thing you know, now we're building over at La Sienna. And we've been building in La Sienna since 2012. So it's almost 13, 14 years that we've been there now. And very good friends with Kent Burns. It's a fantastic community. We helped build out all of Valencia, all of the coves. We're now building in Santa Cruz, phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so we've built a lot of history in the city of Edinburgh, and then we've branched off from there and building new communities like Somerset, Summerfield, Jackson Heights, Highland Oaks. All of those communities that have come up, and we're, I think, one of the now oldest builders in the RGB.
You've only built just like McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh, right?
That's it. We've stayed just primarily here. We haven't branched out to Brownsville or anything into Laredo. We've gone as far as Harlingen and Westlaco, but primarily in the McAllen, Edinburgh, Mission area. And it's been a fun ride. A lot of challenges. And there's no doubt about it. A lot of ups and downs that we've seen just in the industry since the credit crisis. Especially here recently, with, you got COVID. We didn't know if they're going to shut us down or
pricing,
right? And then you had the inflation, right? That was crazy.
Most recently, increase of interest rates.
Yeah, exactly. You got interest. And so it's certainly been a roller coaster, but at the end of the day, we built a great product. I'm proud of our guys, and we've accomplished a lot, and we're still here and going strong.
That's great, man. Congratulations. Yeah. Now, do you build just mainly in subdivisions that are, like La Sienna, that are established, or do you build in people's lots as well? Or?
Yeah, no, we'll pretty much build anywhere, and so if a customer comes to us and, they've got their own piece of land, like right now, we've got a customer that has 6 acres and he's trimming a 1 acre piece out of it, and that's where he wants to put the dirt, or he wants to put the home. We'll pretty much build anywhere. And so we'll build and establish communities like La Sienna here at Atwood, or anywhere where, anyone's building lots or their own lot. A lot of times a customer will have purchased a lot within one of those communities. We'll go build on that. And so wherever there's dirt, we can build a McKenny Glenn home.
And so do you build, are you consider yourself more a track builder? A track builder is like a Lennar, a cookie cutter kind of deal? Or are you more of a custom builder? What is it that you kind of do in that regard?
Well, it's interesting because obviously with my background, I've got track building in the DNA, right? Because that's how I was brought up. I didn't even know what a custom builder was, because that was all that I knew, 500, lot communities and chunk off to this builder, chunk off to that builder and this builder. And this is what we do, right? And we've got 6 plans and we're going to go tick, 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 right?
And that's it.
That was it. That was all I knew. And so coming to the Valley, there's no national builders down here. Right. And there's a reason for that, because the Valley customer is very specific.
Right.
They're not happy with a cookie cutter. They don't want what somebody else has. They want their own thing. Right. Yeah. They want their own stamp. They want their own fingerprint on it. And so we actually had to reinvent the wheel, understanding that we've got a production mindset which focuses on efficiency,
delivery
times, volume, cost savings, things like that, so that we can offer a quality product at the best price. And so we had to marry what we understood of production building around a custom building mindset. And so we're kind of a hybrid.
There you go.
we're kind of a hybrid. We don't do, we'll do full custom, but we'll do it with the mindset of a national home builder that says, okay, what's the most efficient, cost-effective, quickest way to get this home in the dirt so that we can get the customer moved in? And we've got suppliers, we got subcontractors that we've been working with for now years that understand our product, understand how we do it, understand the efficiencies behind it. And so we can take a custom home, a custom design, and put the efficiencies of a national home builder to it and get it put up in record time and not sacrifice any of the quality or any of the standards that we've set for ourselves that make McKenny Glenn the bar of the RGV.
There you go. Yeah. So the customer walks in and they get a really good product in record time with no cutting corners whatsoever.
That's been our mantra. One of the things that we don't do is we don't short it. And we have this saying, and you may recognize it, it's from a movie, but how we do anything is how we do everything.
Wow,
right?
That's great.
If we do anything lackadaisical, that's how we're going to do everything. And so if we do anything with excellence, that's how we're going to do anything. And so we focus on excellence, we focus on quality, and we know that if you focus on that, if you focus on the quality end of it, if you focus on the customer service end of it, the customers are going to come.
Right.
You will get the customers. You're going to get the sales. If you focus on, do it. We got to cut this corner. We got to do it this. We got to save this. We got to do that. You're going to lose the customers. You're going to lose the sales because you have a reputation that you're automatically going to garner from that. And so if you stick with your main principles and you stick to your foundational awareness of this is what we do, this is how we do it. No, we're not going to cut corners. We're going to do it right. We're going to build it right. And we're going to build a product that we're going to be proud to live in. I lived in one of the homes that we built. Myself. I bought one of the homes, one of the first homes that we built in Valencia. I bought it. We had sold it. We had built it. One of the first homes that we built. We had built it for a customer. It was a Border Patrol guy that ended up getting transferred, right? So his home was for sale. And so I asked my wife, I said, you want to build this home? Or do you want to buy the home? She's like, well, yeah. Because we know how we built it. And so we're like, so we bought it, lived in it for 5 years.
So if the owner uses the product,
yeah,
what else do you want?
Right. Now, we have lived in our own homes, and loved it. Great memories in it. Never had any problems, never had any issues. And so if we can build a product that we ourselves are proud enough to live in and proud enough to have our own family in and proud enough to show, then that's what we're going to carry through to all of our customers.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, we're stamping our name on it. We're saying this is McKenny Glenn's way, this is McKenny Glenn's product, and this is what we're going to deliver every time.
Fantastic. Talking about product and quality, what sets McKenny Glenn apart from other builders? Talking about quality, the foundations. What's the difference between your homes, just from a building standpoint, not an aesthetics, but just a building standpoint? How does that make it better or different from other builders?
Well, I don't want to talk about how other builders do their stuff.
No.
Right?
I want to talk about McKenny Glenn.
Yeah, I don't know how everybody else do it, but I know how we do it. And one of the main things that sets us apart, I think, from a lot of other builders is it starts with our foundations.
Okay.
Right? A lot of builders are going to do your regular, 12-inch footing and rebar and stuff like that, right? Again, I come from a national home builder mentality, and we come from Southern California, where we've got a lot of junk soil, a lot of clay dirt, a lot of corrosive stuff, a lot of expansive stuff, right? And so what we did down there is we did what's called a post-tension slab, right? And what a post-tension slab is, it's a commercial rated slab that's literally designed to hold almost a 5-story building without shifting or without cracking, right?
Wow.
It's a commercial slab. And you do that because of the type of soil, right? And so if you have corrosive soil, you have expansive soil, and you only have a regular 12-foot or 12-inch foundation with rebar, you're going to get one side crack, the other side move, this side move, that side move, because the soil is constantly eating at it, right? Mm-hmm. And then that's where you get cracks in your walls and everything, starts to settle, because every single home, no matter where you build, if you're on planet Earth, right, every single home, simply because of the weight, and we have gravity, it's going to settle into the ground.
No matter what.
No matter what, I don't care who you are. Weight settles, right? Mm-hmm. And so you have to understand that if you, on regular foundations, you've got a great chance that eventually, sometime down the line, your foundation on one side is going to settle more than the other side. And that's just because of the nature of dirt, right? But with a post-tension slab, what we do is same foundation, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to put cables on going horizontal and vertical.
Instead of rebar.
Instead of rebar, we're doing cables, right? And this is, I mean, thick 12 gauge cable.
You're
thick
talking
cables.
about metal cables.
Yeah, we're talking about metal cables. This is industrial stuff, right? And so we put those cables horizontally and vertically, right? And then we pour the concrete on it, okay? Let the concrete cure, and then we'll come out, I think it's within a week or so, and we will stress those cables. And what it does is it contracts and compacts the slab. And it gives it a strength to the point where you can launch that slab off a cliff and it won't break. Yeah. And what it does is it makes sure that as your home is settling, everything settles even. You don't have one side settling over. There's no cracks. That's why we've never, ever, ever, ever had a question about cracked stucco, cracked walls. You got to replace my texture because I got cracked. Never. And the reason being is because we do a post-tension slab.
Wow.
Standard on everything that we do.
So obviously, I mean, foundation, like anything, the foundation of the home is the most important thing.
Yeah. If your foundation sucks, your whole home, it doesn't, you can put gold-plated tile in there. You can do your gross, gorgeous stuff. You can be a beautiful home. But if your foundation wasn't done right, man, eventually, man, it's going to collapse. Wow. It's just a matter of time and gravity. And so by doing the post-tension slab, what we do, another thing that we do, I don't know if other builders do, I think maybe some do, is we offer a 210 warranty.
What is that about?
Well, we guarantee our work is what we're doing. And so a 210 warranty is a national warranty company, right? They warranty homes all over the country. And you have to be certified. You actually have to be approved by them in order for them to warranty your home, right?
And
it's a
how
warranty.
do you get certified for that?
Okay, so here it is. So there is a number of different inspections. First, we have to be approved, right? We got to say, here's how long we've been doing this. We've been holding, this is our experience. This is what we've done, right? And they say, okay, you're good. We'll approve you. But you have to build to these standards, right? And so there's about 6 different inspection points for a 210 warranty. And they send an engineer out and they inspect every single stage of construction, right? So they inspect your foundation before you pour. Then they inspect your foundation after you pour. They inspect your framing. They inspect your rafters. They inspect your joists. They inspect everything.
So this is not a city inspection.
No,
We're talking about
this is an addition
city
to city. Yeah, this is an addition to what the city's coming out and doing. This is an addition to that, where we have a certified engineer come out that's been selected by them, right? It's not like, hey, we're going to go get a guy out here to make sure that this is not. This is a certified engineer that's been selected by 210 warranty that says you can have this guy, or here's your list of guys. You can have these guys come out and inspect your gear to make sure that you've installed it right. And then we get a certification. We get a little piece of paper that says they have passed the stage 1, they passed the stage 2, they passed this frame, they passed the whatever. And so we put those together, and after the home is completed, we have a certificate of occupancy. We send that in to 210 warranty. And then they send that warranty in with a check, by the way, because this stuff costs money. We pay them.
Who pays for that?
We pay for that.
Not the
Customer doesn't pay for
customer.
that. No, we pay for that. It's all included in our home building price. And so we pay for that, and then the customer gets the 210 warranty. Now, what does it cover? Good question, because I know that's your next one.
Yes, that's my next question.
Well, McKenny Glenn, we cover our homes. We do bumper-to-bumper warranty within a year, right? So you close June 15th of 2023, you're warranted bumpy to bumper. Anything goes wrong, anything needs to be adjusted, anything needs to be whatever, you got a year, you got till June 15th of 2024, right? But then after that, your 210 warranty kicks in, right? And what 210 covers is all your mechanical work. And this is in addition to whatever warranties you have on your appliances. Those are brand new appliances. Those are all warranted.
So this is kind of
those
like
are warranty in the
warranties on
magazine.
top of warranties
Warranted
on top of
yeah. It is peace of mind.
Correct.
Our customers have never said that we don't offer them peace of mind. Never heard it, right? Which is great. That's what we want. That's what I would want. If I'm a consumer and I'm putting, now it's what, $350,000, $400,000 onto a home, I want to make sure that I'm getting a good quality product and that I know it's going to last me a while.
Absolutely.
You know? And so what the 210 warranty is, it covers all your mechanical work for 2 years, and then it covers your foundation for 10.
Wow. 10 years.
10 years, a whole decade.
Wow.
Absolutely. So any issues with the foundation or any issues that results from a bad foundation is all fully warranted and covered by your 210 warranty, which is included in the home.
So you include, this is standard
Standard.
for all the homes you
Every
built
single one, every single home that we've built since we've started.
since
Absolutely.
2010.
Since 2010. It's how we've done it. We've never done anything different.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, that's a lot of value because you're just not buying the home for what it is when it's brand new for the next year, the next 2 years. I mean, a lot of people, this is their forever home
Right?
for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And so to have that ability to have all those warranties, all those things, all those inspections, all those things engineered from day one, I mean, there's really nothing better than that.
Yeah, no, and you said engineered. I mean, you can't do a post-tension slab without a certified engineer stamping it.
Exactly.
Whereas a regular 12-inch footing and rebar, anybody can design that, right? And so a post-tension slab has to be, because it's a commercial rated slab,
Exactly.
and so it has to be done by an engineer, has to be certified by an engineer, has to be submitted to the city by an engineer. So a lot of checks and balances, I mean, again, it comes from a national home builder mentality. That's what I grew up in. That's how I learned. That's the only thing I knew whenever I started McKenny Glenn Homes.
Wow.
Is you take the home builder, the national home builder mentality, you take the quality that you want to build to, you take the foundations of what it is that we want to establish, and you carry that through. And I'm proud to say over the last 14 years, we've kept those promises.
That's great. Now let's talk a little bit about aesthetics. We talked about, foundations, styles. What kind of style are you normally known for? I know that at one point you were very known for the Tuscany series. So, Mediterranean, stucco, stone, beige colors, wrought iron. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, again, it goes back to the beginning, right? And so, kind of like the big thing that I came out of are homes that we were building down in Southern California, Northern Valley, were like the Mediterranean style, right? Stuccos, and but back then we were doing like tiled countertops, right? And so when was the last time
Nobody
you
does
saw
that anymore.
when was the last time you saw a tiled
That was
countertop,
back
right?
in the late 90s.
Prefab cabinets, and everything like that, right? And so obviously we had to change that up. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to bring that sort of a style here. We noticed that a lot of people are doing brick, which is great. But we wanted to kind of go a different way and focus more on the whole Mediterranean style, the stucco with the stone accents, and give it that sort of a look. And we've pretty much held to that. We were doing Mediterranean style exteriors, well, since we started. And then the interior was, we wanted to go a little bit extra on the tile. We weren't doing porcelain or anything like that, but we were going, 22-inch tiles, 24-inch tiles. We were doing the 12 by 24s, with the herringbone look and everything. And then obviously granite countertops. And then we went to not your prefab cabinets, but custom, on-site, hand-built cabinets, painted or stained, whatever the customer wanted to do. And so from an interior standpoint, we were doing walls that had the orange peel texture on it, and so, on the interior, we wanted it to feel homey. We wanted it to feel warm. We didn't want it to look like the Starship Enterprise, where you were afraid to touch the tile. It's like, don't want to touch anything. It might smear anything, right? And so everybody wants a home, and so whenever you walk into a McKenny Glenn model, we just really wanted to make sure that they felt at home, that, they knew that they can live here, that they've got kids, they can make a mess on the floor, right? They can have crumbs on the countertops, they can smear the walls, and it would wash off. And so like our paint was always the eggshell, because it would always, or that satin, right? And so that it could wash off, right? Because we know that families are going to be able to live in the, I don't know about your kids, but my kids were out on the walls, right? And so we had to wash them off. They would spill things on the floor, right? And so, we knew that the homes that we were going to build, we wanted a family to be able to grow up in it. We wanted the customers to know that it was going to last them for as long as they wanted to live in it, that their kids can grow up in it. It was still going to be there. And so there's a lot of dreams that I had that I wanted to build around, that I had the product I wanted to build to, as if I was the customer, and I took a lot of that knowledge and understanding that I learned from a national home builder mentality and just plugged it into
So
the customer side.
literally, you put some of your own heart and soul
Exactly.
into
A
these
lot of
homes.
my own heart and soul, and actually walk the walk, not just talk the talk,
Because you lived in one.
I lived in one. I actually had one kid in one,
There you go.
and so I brought a child home to my own house
Your own McKenny
that I
Glenn.
owned, and that was my son. I had,
Wow.
since we've been here. So back to the beginning, right? So my daughter was born on August 22nd of 2010, and I came down here to start the work on the first 3 homes, left the family there in Reno,
in Reno?
and then went back to Reno, still went back every now and then, but then we moved them out here in January of 2011,
Wow.
right? And then since then, my wife and I have had 2 more children since we've been here in the McAllen area.
Wow.
We've had another daughter named Paris, and then my son Roman, and I brought Roman home to a
Into
McKenny Glenn home.
There's nothing better than
Yeah,
that.
it's beautiful. It's it's
So-
and that's what we wanted.
Wow. Now, from a design standpoint, I know that I seen the Tuscany's are really nice, and I know that you've been known for having what they call a casita in the
Yeah.
front. Tell us a little bit about that, because that is a really neat concept.
Now, the casita design actually started with a customer.
Ah,
Yeah. Customer brought us a plan and said, hey, I like this casita design. Can we use this casita? And so, we looked at it. We said, yeah, I think we can go ahead and do it. And from there, it just kind of took off, right? And it was real basic design where you're kind of using the front lawn, right? And you're putting a detached, some would call it like a granny flat, or a maid's quarters, or
mother-in-law
something, or a mother-in-law quarters, right? Where it's detached, it's away from the home, but it's basically a bedroom and a bathroom, a closet, and everything like that.
something like how big?
Maybe 300 square feet.
There you go.
Maybe comfortable enough to live in, that you could put a bed, maybe a desk, its own bathroom, things like that, and it took off. It took off. And so and the great thing about it is that you can take any one of our floor plans and attach a casita to it,
And
it would work.
And I know in the past I've seen some that are really neat. That it's either a bedroom and a bathroom, or just a bedroom, or actually it turns into a outdoor kitchen.
An outdoor kitchen, right?
I mean, it's super.
Yeah.
I've seen different variations over the years.
Right. And what it does is it completely revamps the exterior of the home and gives it a lot of curb appeal, right? And so instead of just having a garage, a front lawn, and a door, you put the casita there, and then you connect it through an exterior entry gate, and it creates a courtyard in between the main residence and the casita. You can put a barbecue there, even if you had the casita, or you open it up and you do an outdoor kitchen that's got a barbecue countertop, mixing area, countertop area,
or
and
an
all that
outdoor
sort of stuff.
kitchen and a bathroom.
And a bathroom,
outdoor
right?
bathroom.
Right. And then some customers have done that and then went and put a pool in. And so there's the way that it's kind of taken off. It created a life of its own, really.
Wow.
And had a lot of success with it. Customers loved it. It was a fantastic
to the point
feature.
that a couple of years ago, I think you won the Builders Association Parade of Homes.
Yeah,
didn't you
best
not?
of show.
And so what was
Yeah.
that was how many awards was that? What was
We
was that with
swept.
one house?
No, we swept. That was one house. It was a model that we built in Highland Oaks,
In McAllen.
in McAllen, and it had a casita, an enclosed casita. It wasn't an outdoor kitchen. It was full blown casita, and we swept it. We had best of show, best architectural design, best curb appeal, and best home in the 350 range.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a gorgeous model, absolutely
Wow.
beautiful. And so, swept them. Everyone looking at us all kind of, but
It is what it is.
Yeah, you build a good home, man, and it's going to be recognized. A lot of success with it. Real proud of the work that we did there,
Wow.
and that trend is still continuing. We still have customers that are interested in the casita or an outdoor kitchen, and it's attachable. So you can take any one of the floor plans that we have and attach a casita to it.
So besides building a fantastic product from just a mechanical standpoint for foundations and warranties. I mean, just the aesthetics themselves are great. Obviously, I mean, if you're winning awards amongst other builders and other design, obviously, that's a really good idea. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really successful.
Well, we've done really well with it. We really have. And we've made minor changes to it here and there as we've gone along. I mean, over 14, years, you're going to have design changes relative to what customers are looking
Right.
for their interiors,
So
right?
let's
And
talk about that.
and so,
Yeah. So, where are we today? Because I know
so
we talked
here we-
about. So for 14 years, you built all these homes, kind of Mediterranean Tuscany series. So, and I know that this is kind of a new logo that
It's a
we're
new logo.
kind of standing. So tell us a little bit
it's
about
a
that.
new logo. If you have known us for a while, you would have seen a lot of changes around here over the last 12 months or so. And that comes from a kind of a realization that our stuff may be a little outdated, right?
Oh, okay.
Interior design wise,
changes.
it's just a fashion change, and everything's cyclical, right? And
Right.
so, into the 70s, bell bottoms were great, and they came back again in 2000s, and now if I
They're gone
wear
again.
them, they're gone again, right? And so everything goes away, and so you've got to be able to anticipate that and then build along with that,
Right.
And now with the invention of Pinterest, it really gets, the palette is just extreme, right?
Right.
And so we took a look at what our product, and we partnered up with a realtor firm in Dallas named Nava Realty.
Okay.
They saw our homes, they loved it, and we basically collaborated in a full rework and a redesign of what the standard home is for McKenny Glenn, right? We still have our Mediterranean style, our still Tuscany style. We still build that. It's still successful. Still got a lot of customers that are interested, but we kind of took it a step further and went into the more modern look with the porcelain tiles, your waterfall countertops, your modern looking cabinets, those sorts of features.
How about like stairs and railing?
Yeah, glass railings, LED lit stair, like the coordinated, it's the synchronized LED lights that go up
on
the
the
stairs,
steps,
it's on the steps.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
cool stuff. LED lighting in on your cabinets, your floor lighting in your cabinet, upper
wow.
and lower lighting, and so all your bells and whistles, smart home stuff, all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
And so we took our original layout. Our floor plans are extremely successful. Customers love them. They flow well. Works great for families. And so the floor plans we didn't really have any issues with. It was the overall finishes and the styles that we were putting in. And so last year we partnered up with Nava Realty and we really started working on revamping our stuff. And that included from a top to bottom rework of our selections, of our interior features, what our standards were, what is it that we're going to include, and then also how can we still maintain, obviously, the quality, that never changed, but how can we also maintain affordable prices so that we can offer it at a great value?
So foundations are still the same.
Foundations are
warranties
still the same. Workman's 210 warranties. Everything's still the same. But we did add a few other features relative to just the day and the times that we're living in, from energy efficiency, insulation, and stuff like that.
Okay. Is that like that's foam insulation? Is that what you're
Right. And so what we did was we went from your regular bad insulation, R values, I forget what the R values were, like 12 or 13 or anything like that. But we went to full-blown foam insulation in the attic and all your exterior walls, which raises your R value through the roof. Standard on the new series, right? Foundation still the same, but now we've got porcelain tiles as standards, quartz countertop, waterfall island standard, a wide variety of Moen fixtures from brushed gold to chrome, more modernized features, modern looks, styles.
What about the cabinets? Those
Cabinets, modern cabinets, zero hinge, modern cabinets, that sort of stuff.
very sleek looking.
Very sleek, very looking. So a real Starship Enterprise look, right? So in the beginning, we're like, this isn't the stuff that we want to build, but it's become the trend. Whereas before it was kind of on the fringe. Wow, that's really, really nice. Oh, it's a $2 million home. Well, as time's gone on, it's become the trend, and we've been able to include that design into our standard, into a new series that we've launched, and still keep the price affordable. so that anybody that has a job, and that can qualify would be able to purchase. And we're not talking millions; we're talking in the high 300s to mid 400s for a 3,000 square foot total area home with the Novice Series standards, which includes everything that we're talking about right now, and get it at 375.
Wow.
Yeah, and with everything as far as 210 still the same, 400 all of our normal quality standards, it's just the finishes, we've taken it up a notch.
Wow.
And it has been a huge success.
And how successful has that been?
Well, just to give you an example, the model that we showed, we had a grand opening of the model, I think it was in November, right?
Yep.
We had the grand opening of the model in November, huge opening. We had about 100 and some odd people here. Mayor showed up. It was huge, and it was really like the re-unveiling of McKenny Glenn. We had already been here for almost a decade and a half, and here we now are. We're just kind of unveiling the overhaul of McKenny Glenn, new logo, new product, new standards, new features, and the model sold in 3 weeks.
Wow.
And never have we ever done that. We've never put up a model and sold it in 3 weeks.
So in 3 weeks after you finish the model and advertising it,
gone.
In videos or whatever, boom, gone.
We threw up a video on social media. We did a couple of reels. We listed it, obviously, with Nava Realty. And within 3 weeks, it was under contract.
Wow.
And it closed last month.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And that was something that, again, is a testament, obviously, to the hard work of our team. We've got a fantastic team, excellent construction manager, excellent project manager, operations. I mean, we've got it down to a science. Wow. We've taken the efficiencies, dialed them in, and we do it for a living. This is what we do for a living.
Wow.
And
so
we've
now
got
that the model
in.
home is sold, like you said, can you replicate this home again? And
we
build
could take this and put it, like we were saying earlier, any piece of dirt. If there's a piece of dirt anywhere, man, we could take this model, this style, this floor plan, pick it up and drop it anywhere else. And this model right here that we're in is 3,000 square feet.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the Novice Series is at $125 a square foot, and we'll put it anywhere.
Fantastic.
Yeah, pick your dirt and let's go. And everything, and we've got glass railing, LED lighting, modern cabinets, brushed gold fixtures. We've got them on reels. If you're on Instagram and you check out our reels, you'll see the model.
Wow.
And it's absolutely beautiful. In fact, we just wrote a deal last week. Again, for this same plan, sight unseen.
From another customer.
From another customer who lives, I want to say, in South Carolina.
Wow.
Saw the video, fell in love with the home, never actually walked in it, wrote a deal.
Are you going to build it here locally?
Yeah, we're going to build it in La Cienega.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. We're just picking it up and putting it and dropping it.
Obviously it's working.
It's working. No, it's a beautiful floor plan. The price is right. The finishes, we've put a lot of time, a lot of dedication into it, and we're producing this product, and we're producing homes that people are going crazy over.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we talked about single family. So that's great. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
In this whole long trajectory of, almost 14 years of a home builder and all the challenges you've gone over the last few years, and even probably from the very beginning, and how you have been able to evolve and kind of adapt to the market and the new fashion, the new taste, the new design that people wanting. And besides single family, are you doing any other projects besides single family?
Yeah, we are. We actually started branching out into the multifamily arena.
Wow.
Yeah. One of the things that we've seen that has really hindered your single family home buyers' affordability. Right.
Yeah, home prices and interest rates.
Home prices, I mean, I remember the days just, 2 or 3 years ago where our median home price was $230, right? $240. Now we're at high 300s, right? And that's just a sign of the time. It's not like we're making any more money. It's
You're
just
not charging
construction
more for it.
material has gone up, land values have skyrocketed, labor has gone up. It's just where we're at. And so in trying to adjust with those, we found ourselves in a situation where affordability is a huge problem.
So less and less people can afford homes.
Less and less, yeah. Lovely home, wish I can afford it. I've got, and it's sad whenever you look at it because you've got hardworking people
Sure.
that have great careers, married, they got 2 jobs, they've been doing them for a long time. They want to start a family, they want a home, but they can't afford one, right? It's not that they don't want one. It's just that home prices and affordability has really it's been crushed.
Correct.
And so the fourplex, right? And so what does a fourplex offer? And what sold me on we need to get into this is anybody can purchase a fourplex with a VA, with a FHA, VA, or conventional loan. And I had no idea. And I'm like, wait. Everyone understands fourplexes to be, well, this is an investment property. I got to put 20% down. Oh, well, they're going for $500,000. I need $100,000. No. What a fourplex allows individual home buyer to do, and we've had a lot of them, right, that they're foregoing the single family home, white picket fence, kind of dream of home ownership for a second. They're putting that one on hold, and instead they're getting into fourplex where they're living in one unit, renting out the other 3. And FHA, VA, and conventional is allowing you to do that as your primary residence.
Correct.
And you know all about this. Yeah, because you're the mortgage, you're the financing end, right? So you know all about it. And so whenever we discover, wait a minute, they're able to do that, that's your affordability answer.
Right, because on the finance side, the rents of the 3 other units get added to the income of the borrower.
Right.
So now the borrower all of a sudden has an extra, $3,000 that they can add to their income, and therefore qualify for a $500,000 loan where they couldn't before because they just don't have that extra income.
Exactly.
And so that's fantastic.
And the people they're kids. They're kids that are doing this, man. And so the fourplexes that we've sold so far, we've sold a lot of them. The primary buyer are like 25, 26-year-old guys, right? And girls. Border Patrol guys, single, they got a girlfriend, they got a badge, and they got a gun, right? And they're super smart, because if I would have been doing this whenever I was their age, who knows what I would be at right now, right? But what it does is it allows them home ownership, right? Now, granted, it's not a single family, but it gets them in a home that they own, which is the main key. And on top of that, you've got rents that are paying your mortgage, right? And you're essentially living rent-free, and they only require you to live there for 6 months.
Yeah.
And so if you can sacrifice 6 months, live in the unit for 6 months, your other renters are paying your mortgage, at that point, you've got equity in your fourplex. It's going up. You've got renters paying your mortgage. You're living rent-free. Imagine the money you're able to save without putting $2,500 into a mortgage payment for a single family. And so it solves a lot of problems with affordability.
In a couple of years, they'll have that revenue stream, and now they can qualify for their
because
single family
whenever
home.
they move out, they're able to rent the 4th unit. Now they're making money.
Right.
And at that point, your entire financial situation, it's all income producing. Your financial situation changes. And now you can afford a house. You've got money coming in, not just from your job, but now you actually have a real investment property that you only needed to put 3.5% down on. 3.5% of $500,000 is what?
It's about
$17,000. $17,000, and you have an investment property that you can hold on to that within 6 months you rent the 4th one, and now you're making money in addition to your job, and you go out and you buy yourself a single family home.
You can move out, rent out the 4th one, buy another house, and that will continue.
It will
generate.
Exactly. You get the property value increase. Your renters are paying down your mortgage, and so if it was a balance sheet, your liabilities are going down, your equity is going up, and the whole time you're collecting rental income.
That's right. Wow. And do you have any of those available still?
Yes, sir. We're building a community. The community is already done. It's called Amber Grove.
Oh, where's that located?
It's in Mission, just about a half a mile west of Conway on Trosper.
Okay.
And Trosper on 3 Mile.
Yeah.
And
that's where the Walmart is. And
exactly.
The
all those services right there. The location's phenomenal. There's 14 lots in there. We're actually keeping 5 of them, so we're selling 9. We've got half of them sold.
Wow!
And so we've only got about 4 left.
Wow.
for maybe 5. I'm not, somewhere around there, about 4 or 5 left, and they're going fast.
Wow.
They're going fast.
So,
And it's, again, it's affordability.
so if people want to get into this track of investing and for themselves, really, and a place to live so they can stop paying rent, I mean that's a great opportunity.
Again, if I was that smart whenever I was 25,
You would have done it.
I would have. Oh, I would have jumped all
give
over
me
in a
2 of those.
heartbeat. Yeah, give me 2, give me 3. Because it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And again, what do you? There is a sacrifice. What's the sacrifice? Well, I don't have a 3-bedroom, 2.5 house, but at the same time, I don't have a $2,500 payment that I got to make every month.
Right.
And so I'll take the 4. And our fourplexes are spacious. They're gorgeous. They're a total of 4,000 square feet. So it's about 1,000 square feet per unit.
Per unit.
Very spacious. All of them 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Okay.
Extremely spacious.
Kitchen
They got
and everything.
Kitchen and living area.
Okay.
Dining area. I mean, extremely spacious
And what about quality
layouts.
wise? I mean, is it the same kind of quality that
Same
we've been
quality.
talking about?
Foam insulation is the
foundations?
standard. Same PT slabs. Same quality of construction that we would normally build. We just plug that into a fourplex, and they're flying off the shelves.
So you're getting all the quality, all the warranties, everything that you would normally get from McKenny Glenn Homes into a fourplex investment property.
Absolutely, from top to
Wow.
bottom. Top to bottom, same quality, same warranty, same style, same design, the whole package.
And is this a development? I know that you called it Amber Grove. Is this something that you guys developed yourselves?
Yeah,
or-
we did. And so what we did was we developed it ourselves. We bought it was like 5 acres. We bought the acreage. We developed it ourselves, and we're building the fourplexes ourselves and selling them. And so it is McKenny Glenn Development, McKenny Glenn Construction, from dirt all the way to finished product.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So
it's been
what's
great.
coming up down the? So what do you see in the future, in the near future? I know we're talking about home building, fourplexes. I know you're talking about development. What do you see coming down here in the next 12 months or so?
Well, I think in the next 12 months, I think we're going to see a softening on the interest rates. The Fed just came out a couple of days ago, and they said that they were actually looking at lowering the rates.
Correct.
They said April. I don't think it's going to be April, but I think it'd be maybe summertime, end of the summer. I think they want to see how the economy's doing. I think that they may have actually nailed it for a soft landing. I didn't think they were going to soft land it a year ago. This thing's headed for a crash.
Wow.
I think they may have actually nailed it against all the odds, but and it still remains to be seen. Nobody knows what's around the corner, and I don't have a glass ball. But if I was going to say in the next 12 months, obviously I think we're going to be sold out of the fourplexes that we have left by the end of this month. And then we've got another community that we're looking at that we're already under contract on. It's on the corner
And
of
for
10th
is that for
and-
single family or fourplexes?
That's for fourplexes
Oh,
as
more
well.
fourplexes. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what we've got coming up. We hope to have that completed by the end of 2024.
Wow.
But as far as single family, this model obviously is already sold. We are going to be building another one in Stone Oak, which is right there in that community off of 10th Street.
Oh, north of 107?
North of 107. It's on 10th. Excellent location. Quick access, obviously, to 10th Street and all your services. And so we think that's going to be a great location for us.
Wow.
And so we're basically going to take this model. We're making some changes to it, making some changes to the bathroom, the pantry area, making some changes to the exterior, just kind of building on the success that we've had, making a few modifications here and there. And we're going to be building that model. But we're still neck deep, hot and heavy into single family. We've got about, I would say, I forget the number, but half a dozen or so that we've either got under contract or under construction for single family, in addition to the fourplexes that we've currently got. And so, we think that we're going to have a great year. It's
So
all
the
shit.
future looks bright.
It looks like it's going to be a great year. Last year, 23, was tough. I think it's tough for every builder.
Right, yeah.
Just to be in the home building industry in and of itself in 2022, because interest rates started going up in February of 22.
Right.
And
It's
then
been a while.
they peaked somewhere in 23, and we've just been kind of sitting here, right? Just kind of dealing with the affordability crunch. And how do you get around that? And a lot of that, not only do you have the increase in pricing, land values, and construction and whatnot, but you've also got the increase in the rates. And so it's been a double whammy, against the American consumer, where you've got inflationary pressures on top of inflationary prices, and it's really crushed the middle class. And so, as so long as affordability is a problem, I think construction's going to be under pressure,
Right.
for new homes. But if we can get that to back off, if we can get the pricing to stabilize, which we've seen stabilizing in the material
And the rates.
pricing. We've seen stabilization in subcontractor labor pricing, material pricing. We've seen that kind of construct to come off a little bit. Land values, not so much. Those are still, in my opinion, inflated, but it's just the world that we live in. And if we can get the interest rates to come back a little bit, then I think that we're set up for a really good 24.
Wow.
And so we're expecting good things across the board, whether it's single family or multifamily. We expect it to be a good year.
Fantastic. Well, I think that covers everything. I mean, I am so glad you were able to make time to be here with us.
No, it's my pleasure.
With a Mortgage Minute podcast, and allow us to do our filming and here in our podcast broadcasting at your showroom
Thank
here
you.
at the model home for McKenny Glenn Homes.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best intentions for this year and beyond. And again, I want to thank you for being on our podcast.
It's my pleasure, Frank. Anytime you want me to come back, just let me know.
You got it, buddy. Thank you so much.
You bet.
And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Mortgage Minute for a quick, insightful journey into the world of real estate mortgage. Because when it comes to buying a home, every minute counts.